Guys, so I was doing my lesson plans and I said, let me go ahead and record my screen so everybody can just see step by step on what I do to make a Flipgrid lesson and connect it to everything. So I go on to Canvas and open up my Canvas and get my Flipgrid ready. And so I'm just going to create a whole new grid for my performing arts club and just put it straight into my Canvas lesson and just make a whole assignment for everybody because at this point everybody can participate, and I just know how much my school loves to perform anyway, so I just made a whole lesson for them. So I went ahead and went into Flipgrid, and I'm gonna log in, use my OCPS email, and I already had an account and everything set up, so I'm just gonna log in, and now I have all of my grids. And I didn't want to just add another topic. I wanted this grid to be all performances, like only performance things. So I decided to just make a performing arts grid so that every topic would be performances or practicing and things of that nature. And I made it public so that it will be easy to find. That's just the best way that I've been able to do it. And I decided to try to find a code that nobody used, and so I just named it Performing Arts Club. And I felt like I didn't really need a password, so I took it off, and now I copied my code. So I got my code, and I'm gonna go over and copy it. And I decided to go ahead and make another module for this. So I went ahead and made another module, a performing module. And I was super excited because I know a lot of the students have been asking about ways they can still perform because we do so much with that at school. And then I went ahead and added a assignment external URL link, and I'd already copied it onto my clipboard, and now I just have to paste that grid onto my clipboard. So I went ahead and pasted that grid, and I named that Performing Arts. And I thought I was gonna indent it, but then I said, no, I don't. They get confused when I start indenting stuff, so I just left that off. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and test and make sure my link works before I publish it, and it is embedded into my Canvas. And so I was like, yay, got that done. It's embedded. And so when they go through their assignments, then Flipgrid is just going to, it'll be there. They don't have to do anything else. It'll be right there. And I looked at my grid and I said, this looks boring. Let me spice it up. I wanted them to introduce themselves. I wanted everybody to introduce themselves, but I wanted them to introduce themselves in a musical way. So instead of saying hello, I put sing hello. And saying hello is always going to be the first grid on every grid, that it just defaults to that. So saying hello is always just going to be there. But I just decided to edit it so that it fit my classes and what I know the kids love to do, and that's making up songs. These kids are always making up their own musical or rap, just always playing and stuff. So I said, let me just go ahead and do that. So I didn't want that picture there to be the main focus. I couldn't really decide what I wanted to be the main focus. There's just so many choices on Flipgrid, but I decided I'd just do a YouTube video. It's easy. So I went ahead and went to YouTube, and I thought I was going to pull one. I decided on one particular video I wanted, which was a video that all the teachers did together to kind of like start off the year or start off everything. We did Level Up, and we won at 1 year, and then we did the Kiki Challenge another year, and I felt like that was a good like hello song, a good saying hello video. But later on, I kind of changed my mind, and you'll see that later on. So I'm taking my link and I'm pasting the URL on so that I can add a video to my grid that they can look at and kind of guide them through what their assignment is. And then I always write a little topic tip to specify what I want from them. And I wrote, show me how you say hello. And then all of a sudden I was like, that's Go Noodle. So I was like, I need to find this Go Noodle video. Show me how you say hello. So I went back to find the Go Noodle video, that hello song, and I found it. And eventually I went ahead and put that in, copied and put it in, but then I put it down in the topic attachments first, and then you'll see later on I went back and changed it because it just didn't look right. And that's what Flipgrid is a lot like, trial and error. So I just kind of like play around with it till I get what I wanted. I put moderation on there so that when people post videos, I have to approve them to be shown on the grid. I put on there that they can like the videos, they can respond to each other's videos. And then I also incorporated a customized rubric. It already comes with a rubric, but I just customized it. And I didn't want to add any more, so I added those 3 things, and I looked at it and I was like, I don't like this. So I went back and changed it. I like things to look fun and appealing. I want learning to be fun. I want the kids to learn something, but I also want them to enjoy it. So I feel like if they're enjoying it, then they're going to want to do it again. So I went back and added my video in, and you'll see how it looks different. I said, well, now I need to change my topic attachment. So I went ahead and put the video, the original video that the teachers did to say hello at the beginning of the year. It's like a Kiki challenge hello thing to just kick off the year. And that was just stating that, you know, there's many different ways that you can musically say hello or introduce yourself, you know, make up your own way. So I went and grabbed that URL link, copied it, and put it in. Then I made sure I titled that attachment. And all this is optional. You don't have to have all these different topic attachments. You can literally just stick a picture up there and it'll do the same thing. You don't have to do all these attachments and videos and things like that in order to post. I just do it because, I don't know, like I said, I just wanted it to look fun and enticing. So I looked at my Flipgrid code and made sure everything worked. So that's the code for the actual topic, not the whole entire grid, for the actual topic. So I looked at it and made sure that it was what I liked and refreshed it and everything looked good. So I was like, great, now I got a new assignment. And I'm going to go into Classdojo because that's how we communicate. Classdojo just pops up on your phone and everybody's used to doing it, so we just continue to use Classdojo. So I went in there and made it a portfolio assignment. I like the portfolio assignments, but you can't really grade them like you do you can provide feedback and stuff, but Canvas grades everything. So I always, if I have something that I need to be graded, I'll put the link onto ClassDojo also, because they don't always check Canvas, but they will check ClassDojo. So I just stuck it into ClassDojo portfolios and made it an assignment in there. And all the information, it's all going to the same place. And I'll see everything on my grid. I can go back and check stuff off if they end up going through ClassDojo instead of Canvas. I can go ahead and check it off in Canvas if I need to, if I already got their assignment. It's just another avenue to get the information out there, because the main thing is I want them to do the assignment. So that's my main goal. So I got it in my portfolio. And I'm just checking to make sure the link is there, and it's right up there. So they will see that. And a lot of times with us, when they see the link, they'll say, okay, it must be in Canvas. I'll just go to Canvas and complete it. So I got my link embedded, got my Flipgrid embedded into my module and into my assignment. Got it listed as an assignment, and so I was happy because it's right there. I was like, I just need to publish that. So I went ahead and published it. And I have to go back and publish the actual module too. So I looked at my new topic I created and I said, I want to go back to my grid. My grid looks boring. So I went back to my grid and I was like, I need to spice this up with a better picture. I don't like that all blue picture. It's weird. So I was like, I could either drop a file in there or I can use something that is already created. And I decided to use something already created because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's cool. You know, it's a performing arts kind of grid. So I went ahead and put that in there. And I was like, I could add a co-pilot. And I started adding it and I said, I should ask her first before I just add her on. So I erased it. I said, I'll add her on later. And a co-pilot is just like a co-teacher. And usually the art teacher and I at my school, we do pretty much everything together. Or we just incorporate each other somehow. And I usually add her on everything. And she adds me on everything. So I wanted to make an assignment from the disco library because I know a lot of my kids have already written songs in class. And I knew they were going to breeze through that assignment. So I said, let me go ahead and make another assignment for the next week to open up on Monday. So I wouldn't have to come back to the grid. It would just already be up and ready. So I went ahead and scrolled through the disco library first to see if there was something that was already made that maybe I could tweak a little bit and personalize it. Because I knew I wanted them to continue creating songs. So I was kind of looking for something that was already created and I should have just added it into the search box, but I wasn't thinking. So I was just scrolling through and I said, sing a song. Okay, that looks pretty simple. And I decided to go ahead and check it out. And I was like, oh, this teacher is fun, like me. So they must have a pretty good topic to add to my grid. So I just kind of read through it a little bit, see if it was something that I could do. I saw a couple of things I wanted to change, but for the most part, it was already out there. The idea was already there. So eventually I was just like, okay, I'll go ahead and add it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and add it to my grid, I guess. So I had to select which grid I wanted to add it to. So I put it in the performing arts grid. And this is where you can just make the topic and tweak your discussion or topic question however you want it to be. So I knew I wanted them to create a song because I wanted them to do something fun, and I wanted to be able to set them up for success, because remember, they're pretty much all my kids are doing their assignments alone. So I knew they wouldn't have a lot of help, so I needed to do something that I already covered in the year, something that I knew they would be successful with, and they wouldn't feel frustrated, but I still wanted to challenge them. I still wanted them to be challenged. So I went ahead and put some conditions and directions in there that I wanted them to do. So I'm just finishing up on some of the directions. And I'm just making my directions straight to the point and easy. And they do have that immersive reader to help them with the directions. And that immersive reader, when they press that button, it will change to whatever language they need it to be changed to. So that is definitely a way that every learner can be included and can really be independent with that. And I know that a lot of my students are still struggling readers, and they are doing their work by themselves many times. So making the directions simple, easy, to the point, less is more, just makes things a lot easier to them, and it doesn't stress them out. So on this one, I love the picture. Thought it was super cool. I just wanted to add a little direction in the topic tip just to get them thinking. And I wanted to let them know that they could use a song that they had already created in class. All of them keep song journals, so that they could definitely use a song that they liked that they created and we didn't have a chance to share. So I put my moderation on so I can make sure that I'm able to approve it before it's posted. And then I also let them like or respond to others' posts. So I want them to learn together and be able to critique each other, give each other applaud, or help each other out. And then I knew I didn't want it to be released just yet, so I put a time limit on when it would be released. So it's actually frozen right now and no one can access it until Monday. So, and I did put a time limit on there because I did want it done before the next lesson, which would be in 2 weeks. And I wanted to customize my rubric and change one thing on my rubric, which was the dance portion. So I said I'm going to go ahead and add a new criteria. So I took that one off and added a new criteria, and that was dance. So I wanted them to be able to not only make up their song, but put some movement with it. For the first couple assignments, I tried to set them up for success and put things on the grid that they can get involved with and have easy access to, but still challenge them, because I still want it to be challenging. So I went ahead and copied my link, and in my module I just created, I created another assignment, and that was a URL assignment. Put my URL in that went to that particular topic. And so now that's an assignment. So that assignment is properly labeled, and I didn't want to publish it yet. So I wanted them to focus on one thing at a time, or actually in this case a few things at a time. So I didn't publish it yet. It's going to come out with that next lesson. And I clicked on it, I was like, oh, I forgot I didn't give access to that link. So the link isn't going to work until Monday, because I froze the link. I froze that assignment until Monday. So I went down and checked it, and I said, yep. So the link won't be available until Monday. So that's why that link is not working yet, and it's not even published yet. So, but the first one is working. Everything is working great. That's the grid that they're going to be working on. And that's it.